God my dad's sitting up there on the pulpit.
Amen.
Amen, I think that's it.
Me too.
Don't
We're
feel
all
bad
thrilled
it
about
yourself.
that.
One thing I got to say though, no, you are not allowed to have any more medical problems without
That's
at least
right.
a 3-week notice. Okay? There's no other testimonies, then I'll turn the service over to Brother.
I'm gonna need the mic this morning. I'm gonna talk to you under duress. I have a lovely wife there of 57 years that told me I couldn't preach this morning. And a cardiologist that told me that I couldn't preach this morning. And I told them that I was. And so Dr. Naylor said, well, if you're going to preach, you're going to have to preach steady down. There's no problem with that. I've been doing that over 2 years, steady down preaching. My wife said, if you're going to preach, you're going to have to do it without getting excited. Well, we're going to look at a brand new year and try to understand what relevance the Bible has to 2013. Dr. Naylor came into my room. He had sent 3 or 4 heart surgeons and heart doctors in there and said, he's my good friend, you make sure you take care of him and this, that, and the other. So he came in and said, Wayne, we have joked and carried on for years, and said, I want to get real serious with you for a minute here. Said, is it going to embarrass you if I pray for you? He said, I have used up the medications, that I have extended all of my education experience as a physician. But he said, I believe that my prayer and your prayer together will be the greatest medicine that you can have to bring you through this.
Amen.
Because he said, I believe the Bible is the Word of God. Now, that's one of the most noted heart surgeons around. One of them that knows Tiffany came into my room and said, your granddaughter saved your life. And I said, how's that? She made you come in here. And I said, her and my wife. But Dr. Naylor said, I believe the Bible is the Word of God. Now, you think that with all of the Bibles being sold and people owning Bibles, that we too would consider the Bible the Word of God. But I believe that we are kind of like an Obama medication whenever it comes to modern day churches in the Bible. It's like Pelosi said, you've got to pass it before you know what's in it. In other words, a lot of people believe that we just ignorantly serve God. Zechariah, the 12th chapter, the future of Jerusalem. Knowing the future of Jerusalem by understanding the past. Now, why do we think it's such a strange thought that God could move upon hundreds of people, men and women, to write down what has happened, what is happening, and what's going to happen? The burden of the word of the Lord for Israel, saith the Lord, which stretcheth forth the heavens and laid the foundation of the earth, and formeth the spirit of man within him. Behold, I will make Jerusalem a cup of trembling unto all people round about, when they shall be in siege both against Judah and against Jerusalem. And in that day will I make Jerusalem a burdensome stone to all people. All that burden himself with it shall be cut in pieces. All the people of the earth be gathered together against it. And that day, saith the Lord, I will smite every horse with astonishment, and his rider with madness, and will open mine eyes upon the house of Judah, and will smite every horse of the people with blindness. And the governors of Judah shall say in their heart, the inhabitants of Jerusalem shall be my strength, and the Lord of hosts their God. That day I will make the governors of Judah like a hearth of fire among the wood, and like a torch of fire in a shelf. They shall devour all the people round about on the right hand and on the left. And Jerusalem shall be inhabited again in her own place, even in Jerusalem. The Lord also shall save the tents of Judah first, that the glory of the house of David and the glory of the inhabitants of Jerusalem do not magnify themselves against Judah. And that day shall the Lord defend the inhabitants of Jerusalem, and he that is feeble among them in that day shall be as David, and the house of David shall be as God, as the angel of the Lord before them. And it shall come to pass in that day that I will seek to destroy all the nations that come against Jerusalem. And I will pour upon the house of David and upon the inhabitants of Jerusalem the spirit of grace and the supplication. And they shall look upon me whom they have pierced. They shall mourn for him as one mourneth for his only son, and shall be in bitterness for him as one that is in bitterness for his firstborn. And that day shall there be a great mourning in Jerusalem, as the mourning of Hadramum and in the valley of Megiddo. And the land shall mourn every family apart, the family of the house of David apart, and their wives apart. It goes on to talk about all the families that remain, every family apart, and their wives apart. I will make Jerusalem a burdensome stone to all nations. I don't know how much interest that you have in the political situation, not only in our country, but in the world. The leader of Syria is making a speech today, and the Middle East is on a boiling point, and Jerusalem is the cup of trembling in the hands of all nations.